Last year, I made a bunch of videos on how to use Jira Work Management, and a supporter of the channel reached out with a small little problem that I wanted to address in this video. If you are transitioning to Jira Work Management from something like Trello or Monday.com or Asana, then this video is going to be just for you, especially if you're an end user and you're looking to make some customizations to your Jira Work Management project. Now, before we jump into the video, make sure you check out the links down below as I have a paid course. And if you're completely new to the wonderful world of Jira, this course completely for beginners is just for you. So make sure you check out the link down below as it includes a coupon code that is going to give you a discount to my Udemy course. All right, let's jump into the problem a little bit more and let me show you how to solve it. So here we have a Jira Work Management project. Now, if you're not an admin, which I sometimes take for granted because I'm always an admin and I always have all the capabilities, but if you're not an admin and you try to modify your columns, that is, you try to click the plus button here and you try to add a new status, you're going to be greeted with the message that basically says, hey, you need to contact your admin. Now, not all hope is lost because it's actually quite easy to get around this problem. Now, I have good news and I have bad news with respect to my little workaround. The bad news is you will need to be an admin. There is no way around it. The good news, though, is there's 5 different types of admins in Jira. And fortunately, luckily for you, you just need to be the admin with the lowest permission possible. And you essentially just need to be an admin for this project. So let me show you what you got to do, or let me show you what your Jira admin needs to do so that you then, as an end user, have the privilege that you need in order to add more columns and customizations to your project. So what your admin will have to do, now keep in mind that this is a one-time thing only. They will have to come into this project, go to the project settings, go to the axis of this project. Now this only works, I want to make sure that you are understanding this. This only works because this specific project is 2 things. One, it's a Jira Work Management project. And number 2, you got to look really, really closely here. It's a team managed project. And this condition, the way that this is going to work for you is only applicable because when you are in a team managed project, you have the ability to keep your changes confounded to just this project. So even though I'm going to make somebody an admin, they're going to be the admin of only this project. So anything that they do here, any columns, any fields, any changes to this project are restricted and conserved to only this project. So if you're a Jira admin, you're like, oh, we don't do this whole admin policy. That is a bad policy to have, especially when it comes to these team managed projects, because there's literally nothing that is going to happen as a consequence of making somebody an admin. So going back to the video here, all you need to do is essentially find that individual, that end user. Maybe it's a scrum master, maybe it's a project lead. You type them in. So I'm going to just type in King Bob at superawesomeurl.com. And this is the critical part. For their role, you want to give them administrator. Now, again, I want to iterate. This is not a Jira administrator. This is not the org admin. This is not the site admin. This is not anybody that is going to be able to break anything in Jira. This administrator is strictly only for this project. And what it's going to do is going to enable them to be able to make those workflow customizations, to be able to add those columns, maybe add some custom fields, maybe make some fields required. So it is a very, very low risk, very, very easy thing to do. And trust me when I tell you, they're not going to be able to break anything outside of their project. Now, within their project, they may break things. They might do things that just make no sense, but that is not a problem. It is all restricted to just their project. So before we finish up, I want to remind you, check out the links down below. I have my paid course. So if you're completely new to Jira, you're like, what is this Jira stuff? I like it. How do I get better? I got a fundamentals course just for you. And in the future, I will be dropping a Jira Work Management specific course. So make sure you check that out. The course that's down there right now is strictly just as a beginner's guide to using Jira. A lot of what you'll learn in that class will apply to Jira Work Management, but just understand that Jira Work Management is a slightly easier version to use than Jira software, although arguments could be made that you could use really any product if all you want is a task tracker. But anyways, check out the link down below. And also don't forget to check out that merch store down below, as that merch store is a great way to help support the channel. I have some really cool t-shirts that I think you'll like as well. All right, so let's wrap this up here. And we're simply gonna just add the person. And once they're the administrator, you can do something pretty cool, which is you can essentially log in as that user, and then you can confirm for yourself that they're going to be able to do whatever they need to do. Once they're in this project, they're going to be able to click that plus button here. They're going to be able to add some column, and then they'll be able to hit the check mark, and then that column is going to be created. And again, just to remind you, that change is restricted only to here. This add some column status is not some sort of global status. It's not available for anybody else. It is just in this project. So again, no foul with adding administrators to this project. Now, I do want to caution you, it's never a good idea to add a lot of administrators, but at least your scrum master, your project lead, somebody of that nature, they should at least be able to administer their own projects. So again, very, very easy, very, very low risk, very, very safe thing to do is to add. Now, again, unfortunately, if you were hoping to not become an administrator, if you were hoping that you don't have to have that conversation with your team, you're going to have and tell them, at least show them this evidence that, hey, there's 5 layers of admin. We're not asking for the first 4. The first 4 are dangerous. Those require some skills. Those require you to know what you're doing inside of Jira. But that last and final admin, the one that I just made you for a project admin, especially when it comes to a team managed project, lowest risk in Jira. This, you will not break anything, I guarantee you, because you're restricted to just this project, and you're restricted to just a handful of actions that are only preserved within this project. So anyways, share this video with your Jira admin if you need to. Hopefully it helps you out. And this is how you're going to be able to add columns to your Jira work management. So one-time thing, you got to do it. And finally, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to drop a like. And most importantly, don't forget to check out those links down below so you can take your Jira skills to the next level. I got 12 courses dropping in 2024. So you're definitely going to want to keep coming back and check those courses out, because I eventually will have a course for you. But check them out. They're really, really cheap. Take your skills to the next level. Use those coupon codes. Help support the channel. I got memberships as well. I got to buy me coffee. So whatever way you want to do to help support the channel, check out that link tree down below. And I'll see you in the next one.